mission, solving mysteries in the night. Chasing shadows, finding answers, shining bright light. No one's left behind in the darkness, all alone. With a heart like a siren, she brings the lost ones home. Silent cries in the dark no longer have to be, for justice wheels keep turning, granted on the beat. Broken voices find their power, call out hope again. When these crime busters run, no victims left in pain. Bravery in her veins, truth she won't disguise. With a fire in her eyes, she's got nothing to deny. Credit fights for justice, never backs down from the call. For the voiceless and the missing, she'll stand tall.
Hello, hello, everybody. How is everybody doing tonight? Hello, Lori and Ginger. Good to see you guys. Everyone else that's in the bushes back there, welcome in. We're happy to have you here. Truth and Beauty, hello. Let's start out with our spotlight on the missing for today. We have Fatima Villanueva Suarez, missing since July 6th, last seen in Falls Church, Virginia. She is 15 years old, even though she looks like 21 to me. Wow. Fatima was last seen wearing a black sweatsuit and black sneakers. She has a tattoo of a heart and some letters on her left calf. She was last seen with missing juvenile Giselle Romero Molina. So if anybody knows anything about Giselle or Fatima, please call Falls Church Police Department or 911. We need to bring our children home. Let's not forget about Jonathan Huang, 21-year-old autistic young man, missing since March 30th, believed to be in the Kirkland, Washington area. His family is searching in and around that area for him. If anyone sees him, please call 911. He does respond to his name, but he, I don't know if he would come. So call 911 and take a photo, send it to them for any information. He does present as a 10-year-old, so his only social interaction most of his life was with his family, guys. So his family are really concerned about him. Let's not forget about our little buddy, Sebastian Rogers. Went missing February, was last seen February 25th, was reported missing February 26, 2024. $500,000 reward for him. He was 15 when he went missing. He would be 16 now. So anybody knows anything, please call 911 immediately. We need Sebastian home with his daddy. Travis Decker, there has been a potential sighting of him in Idaho, guys. Please remember, if any of you live in Idaho, do not approach him. If you see him, call 911 immediately. Don't approach. He's considered to be armed and dangerous. He's wanted for 3 counts of first-degree red rum and first-degree kidnapping for his beautiful little babies here, seen Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia seen with their mom. So, yes, anyone in Idaho, be on the lookout. They believe that he was seen there. All right. And today we are talking about our precious babies, Jack and Lily Sullivan. So let's see what we're doing here. Hello, Tammy. Good to see you. Victoria. Hello. Good to see you guys. So today I thought that we would try to together, um, yeah, if that is him, if that is Travis Decker and he is still alive, that just goes to show you how adept he is in his his military training and you know being out in the woods, that kind of thing. So um you know I can imagine how dangerous that man is. I hope and pray that he stays to himself, and anybody that does see him doesn't try to be a hero, right? All right. So um yeah, today what I thought we would do would be to together figure out the facts and the fiction in this case. Okay. Um Now I know everybody asked me yesterday if I saw the texts um from Malaya's sister. I did find them. They're kind of blurry. I don't know why. Um I did get them. Guys, I even hesitate to show them because in my opinion, this doesn't help us find Jack and Lily. This isn't even really a fact, right? And we're trying to stick with facts. But on the flip side of the coin, when you guys bring up something in the chat, I want to make sure that you understand I am aware of the things that are going on in this case. And this one, she says, let's start here. I'm not obligated to answer something I don't want to. At the end of the day, you guys are all strangers to me and probably to this case, besides getting updates from the internet. I never once said I found meth or coke. You guys are twisting stuff up. People can want to know whatever they like, doesn't always mean they will get the answer they expect to receive. That is flat out true. We can all want to know what's going on, but that doesn't mean we're going to get correct answers, right? So anybody can say anything, including her. I'm just saying. And I went back and I listened to her talking about it. She just said rugs. She did not say METH or COKE. She never said either one of those. So people who are saying she's backpedaling, that's where facts come in, right? Because she actually said they found rugs in the bathroom. She didn't say what kind of rugs they found. So she's not backpedaling. Let's see here. If that was true that Daniel got to see Meadow, that blows Durwood's story up. Well, he had a picture of him with her, so I mean, I don't know. Hello, Walla. Tosima, welcome in. We're happy to have you. Yes, I agree. These texts, they're a diversion, in my opinion. They don't help us find Sebastian at all. Hello, Sandra. Welcome in. Yes, it's very blurry, right? I don't know why. It was blurry when I took the screenshot of it. Hello, Sherry. Welcome in. Sherry, just to let you know, we don't talk about other creators in the channel on the channel here. We don't want to get caught up in anything, anything. Mhm. All right, I'm gonna try to bring it. Let's see. Share my screen here. And instead of going through other channel, I was actually going to look at it through this one. So I want to try to kind of find where he's analyzing. This is another statement analyst. Okay, so right around wrestling around some things in the bathroom, and there was rugs. Rugs was involved. And obviously freaking mad about that being found out. That's exactly why you are acting the way you are, running around like a madman, acting like you are doing everything and everybody's sitting back, like relaxing. Running around, but nobody who's running around like a chicken with their head cut off. I confronted his family, and that's what the altercation was about. And I said, what the hell, guys? Like, what's going on here? Like, why is that involved? My sister broke down and she admitted that he's been on it for 2 years or so. And yeah, so they got very, very mad when that came out, and they all kind of said, you know what? We already knew that. Well, if you knew that, why the hell is there children in the home with somebody like that? Like, you know what I mean? So that was the big picture that Logan and whoever else, this Darren guy that is related to Malaya's side. I mean, he just spewing a bunch of stuff that's not 100%. Was just, oh, sorry, guys. Lacey, no. As Malaya was going down to the press conference, Malaya broke at the end of the driveway. She was crying, and I was like, you know, what's going on? And she wouldn't talk. What's going on? She broke down. Oh, wait a minute. Right here, guys.
Muddled in the mists of time, but
So, okay, you guys are right. I didn't go far enough into that. She did say it. Oh my goodness. Okay. So she is backtracking. What does that tell us, guys? How many people, how many people in this case have said one thing and then come back and said something entirely different? And Truth and Beauty, you're right. When Malaya breaks down, it sounds like Malaya actually said it, right? And welcome from Pennsylvania, Tosima. Hello, Chemistry Queen. Yeah, we are all on a learning curve here. I didn't go far enough. I apologize, guys. I just looked at the beginning of this. Because at first I thought we'd kind of listen to the breakdown, but I don't think we really need to, right? She did backtrack. It's really irritating. Yes, that was Lacey. We had a storm door blow off my apartment on the upstairs, and it was laying on the porch roof. And a guy just came over to get it off of there. And of course, Lacey's letting me know somebody's here. She wants to join the conversation. Lacey, everybody's saying hello to you. Truth and Beauty, 100%. Both sides are probably worried about their own butts. I gotcha. It tells me she got in trouble for talking too much. From who? Probably from Malaya. See, yes. And that's so irritating to me. Okay, because everybody wants to know everything that's going on, and did you hear about this? Did you hear about that? And then it all comes out to be lies, right? Durwood's story, in my opinion, is not true, because if those kids had left, they would have been seen on dash cam footage or on CCTV footage, heading on any of the highways, byways, on any of the businesses heading out of town, whatever. They would have been seen. And they would have been, caught in the end. Her phone was buzzing like mad at the end, someone telling her to get off the interview. Oh, probably, And yes, he was intimidating in the chats. I actually saw a different side of him. And, I thought about that last night after I got off the live with you guys, how I had said that to me, he was being fed a narrative and he believes it. Well, I'm starting to wonder now, because anybody that can be that intimidating in chat is not a gullible person. So yeah, I saw that. I actually saw that as it happened. So that is actually very true. It was not a good thing. We love our fur babies, don't we? Yes, we do. Hello, Blair. Welcome in. We're happy to have you. So, yeah, he's aggressive. In my opinion, if you don't go along with his narrative, then you're an idiot, right? And he'll go after you. Sandra, didn't you say he went after you in the chat? Was it you that said that? I know one of you said it, but I thought that we would take a look at the facts and fiction in this case. But let's start with the facts. So you guys help me out here. in alive. That's what I thought. Hello, Luminous. Do you know Daniel? How would you know that he's not on drugs? That's my question for you. Welcome in. We're happy to have you. Danielle, welcome in. Happy to have you back. So, what are the facts in this case, starting from the very beginning? If we look at, let's see here. This was one of the first news releases that they did, May 7th. They said, as of today, a multi-agency search for two missing children, 6-year-old Lily Sullivan and 4-year-old Jack Sullivan, will be scaled back. They were reported missing on May 2nd at approximately 10 a.m. It's believed they wandered away from their home on Gerlach Road in Lansdowne Station. The search has included many agencies, including volunteer ground search and rescue teams. So a lot of those ground search teams were volunteer guys from all surrounding areas and New Brunswick. The Civil Air Search and Rescue Association, the Nova Scotia Guard, the Salvation Army, the Joint Rescue Coordination Center, Department of Natural Resources Air Services, Nova Scotia Public Safety and Field Communications, Canada Heavy Urban Search and Rescue Task Force 5, and several RCMP units, including police, dog services, drone operators, and our major crime unit. Hello, Brenda Jo. Okay, let me see what I'm missing here. That's what he said to you, Sandra? See, that's just condescending and rude, in my opinion. There's no need, and that should never be allowed in anybody's chat, talking to another subscriber like that. That's just wrong on so many levels. Luminous, we only deal with facts. If you have some kind of fact that you can share with us, we're happy to listen. But you can't just come in and say, you know, for a fact he's not. We don't know for a fact that he is or he isn't, right? Because we're honestly not taking Haley's word, because she said one thing and then backtracked and said something else. We're not taking Darren's word. We're not taking Daniel's word. Emalea hasn't really spoken. So, you know, we're trying to deal with just facts in this case. David and Catherine, I don't know him or family, but his type of work would require mandatory random rug testing. That says he's not on rugs. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He only works 1 day a week, though, doesn't he? And some of those rugs can't go out of the system pretty quickly, so that's a known fact. Hello, Juicy Jules. Welcome in. And yes, bless Seth Rogers. Absolutely. No harassment, Luminous. We're just trying to say that we only deal with facts. That's all we're saying. If you have, any kind of facts that you can give or show us, we're happy to listen. Was Daniel's father home and property searched? I don't know. I don't know. They never said, did they? Hello, Tammy. She's getting info from Janie's timeline. That's why. Some believe him, some don't, right? He does get rug tested. Okay. Yeah. When they say random, it can be pretty random, but I mean, I don't know. I don't work where he works. I don't know what that's like. Yes, there's that as well, isn't there, Walla? I worked in a call center. I was a manager there. And across the street from us was I can't even think of the name of the shop, but I mean, you know, it sold pipes and all that kind of stuff, but it also sold um that synthetic urine, right? Um and our new hires had to be rug tested, okay? Um but they have a way of there is something in that synthetic urine that they know that it's not real urine, and so it's an automatic fail. Um, evidently, it cleans it too good or something. It makes the urine almost like water. It's yeah, it's something else. So, um, I've had good reps, you know, because they'd come as temps, you know, and they'd work for 90 days, and then at the 90-day mark, they get hired on, but they'd have to have the rug test, right? So good reps get terminated because they did a fail. It's not that they really didn't pass, it was a fail. Yes, some of those rugs leave the system in 24 hours, allegedly. But here's the thing, guys, you know, let's not argue about rugs or rug tests, okay? The only way that rugs matter in this case is if the kids got into them. Okay. I don't honestly care if Daniel does them or Malay did them or both of them did them or his brother did them or his mom did them. I really don't care. I really don't care. What I care about is whether those kids got into them. In cases like this, most likely they did check his house and property. Yes, and they're not going to tell us what they found. So we don't know if rugs were found or not. Honestly, Haley said this was the second day. That house would have already been searched. So I find it kind of strange that there were still rugs there if that's the case. I'm just saying. Could it be they're trying to go after Daniel? I don't know. We know that Daniel's gone after Malaya, is trying to start from the other side. Now, I don't know, guys. That doesn't matter. We need answers about the kids. The only one that would know this is CAS, because if this is out now, CAS will require it to have unsupervised visits. Yeah. I agree. And we don't know why he has to have supervised visits. I don't know. Is Ruggs a part of it? I don't know. Is abuse a part of it? I don't know. It could be any of the above, right? We don't know. Yes, it's what happened to the kids, what's important. Drug use and addiction only matters if it is linked to the disappearance of Jack and Lily. Because, guys, all this fighting over this drug stuff, why? Why? It doesn't matter. The only time it would matter is if in a drug-induced state somebody did something to the kids, right? And I don't believe that happened. I believe something accidental happened and they panicked and covered it up. Because I don't believe that Malaya or Daniel are red rummers. We've done statement analysis on them. We've listened to professionals on them, and none of them said that they believe that either one of them are red rummers. We only have Malaya's first interview to go on, and she's, lawyered up since, and, probably the smartest one out of the bunch by not saying anything. I just hope that she's working with RCMP on the case, though. Yeah, they would search the house. Exactly, Sandra. The kids keep getting lost in all this. Hello, Anna. Welcome in. We're happy to have you. It sure seems it's all manufactured for views, and that's really sick. Oh my gosh. Walla, if that stuff is manufactured for clicks and views, oh, that makes me see red. There is no reason for that. If you can't, come in and just have a regular show and talk to people honestly about facts of a case and debunk what isn't facts, right? Because I think debunking stupid narratives, things that aren't factual in a case is important, as well as putting the facts out there. But if people are doing this for clicks and views, ooh, that makes me angry. That's like, oh, maybe, maybe mom will come here and talk, or maybe dad will come here and talk. And that's why I don't do it. Because it only causes problems for them and for the channel. It's not a good thing. I want my channel to be known for good, right? I don't want it to be known for drama or for causing chaos. Or trying to get clicks and views just to get them. No, that's ridiculous. Hello, just me. Good to see you. The ground looks undisturbed, though, and the ground outside the RV and trailer doesn't match. Oh, that's because she was filling in potholes. That's what we were told anyway. Yeah. Yeah. It does appear accidental. Accident, and they panicked. Yes. Yeah, she would still have to speak. Well, oh, do you guys have something like the Fifth Amendment where she can choose not to say anything? I was going to say, can't she plead the Fifth? But you're not under that. Do you guys have anything like the Fifth Amendment? I agree with you, Ginger. It's a continuation of the altercation, family against family. Why? Why are they fighting so hard against each other? What happened? What happened to Lily and Jack? Is that why they're fighting so hard? What happened? Yeah, that's what I think too. Yeah. And that seems the most plausible, doesn't it? That the kids got into rugs. They would panic if that happened. And, because they could lose Meadow, right? If the kids got into rugs and died from that, that would be a reason to panic, wouldn't it? It is. It's all about the missing kids. I find it very odd that Daniel was the only one to see Lily the morning the children disappeared. Did he even see her? Or was that just a story? Was that just part of his narrative? I'm just saying. Or did did Jack get into something and Lily was trying to let him know? But then, I don't know. Why would she take it, right? So, I don't know. They absolutely are doing it for money. Some of these channels throw people off immediately if they question the narrative. Wow. That's sad. Have a look on the aerial pics. A different color ground stands out. Gotcha. So you don't have anything like the Fifth at all, huh? So they do have to talk. I kind of like that idea. I think the Fifth is too convenient for guilty people, in my opinion. Oh, the Charter of Rights gives you the right to remain silent. Okay. I think the right to remain silent is too convenient for guilty people, in my opinion. Can refuse to answer. Yeah, it's all a distraction. Think about it. Just like in the Sebastian Rogers case, you have private eye that it is highly believed by many, many, many people that he was hired by the Proud Feet to cause distractions, right? And he did. He caused distractions. People played right into it. And just like they're playing right into this, guys, aren't they? They're playing right into it. Hello, Phoenix. Yes, in Canada, we can refuse to answer questions from police. For me, it is troubling that a 4-year-old was unsupervised playing in the kitchen. I agree. If the drugs were Daniel's side of the family, they are not related to Jack and Lily. Well, the kids were living there, so I'm not sure what you mean, especially if they got into them. Yes, missing kids cases are shockingly sad. So much so. So much so. Hello, Linda. Good to see you. We should have the right to question it when none of it makes sense. And you think it's something to do with the dog. But here's the thing. Here's my thought, just me. Just go with me here, okay? Because we've explored the dog issue as well, right? We have explored that. But would that make them panic and try to hide the children then? Or get rid of them in the ocean, like I thought. You know, if a dog mauling happened, would that make them panic? I mean, I guess possibly, but it makes more sense that if the kids got into rugs and died, that they would panic big time. And keep on with the lie for 2 months, right? To me, that makes a little more sense, but I'm not ruling out the dog theory. Honestly, I'm not. Daniel's mother and brother hate it. The police are sniffing around. What was in her cupboard? This is a huge invasion to a privacy they used to have living out there in the woods. Yeah. Yep. I mean, they really had all the privacy they wanted, right? Lawyer will tell you what to answer. By now, I hope all hosts are done siding with either of them. I honestly do not know, Phoenix. I don't watch the drama and the hate and the garbage and I just don't. The only time I really go somewhere is if something is happening, right? A right to remain silent when detained by police, Section 7 of the Charter of Rights. Gotcha. Who speaks for the children? I know that law enforcement in the event of a trial, prosecution, but right now, 9.5 weeks. Who but Belinda has spoken for them? Only Belinda. Only Belinda. So sad. But thank God for Belinda, right? Thank God for Belinda. She's keeping their name and their face out there. She wants to know what happened. And I hope she doesn't let go, right? But even if she lets go, you know, I don't see Granny's Crime Busters letting go. I can't speak for anybody else out there because, gosh, I don't know what they're doing. I have no clue. I kind of just stay in my own little lane. It's not that I don't want to be friendly. I just don't want to be caught up in drama. everyone is a suspect until we have answers. I agree with you, Luminous, 100%. I agree with you. I feel that, and what we've learned through statement analysis, Malaya and Daniel both have guilty knowledge. Dee Dee, deception detective, or Mr. Yummy, as my GCB family likes to call him, says that Darren is lying. Mr. Bewitched. I'm sure the same thing about Haley. Well, I mean, she's shown us. She's already changed her statement. So that dog was an alarm bell for anyone coming on the property. Yeah. Is it a coincidence that Daniel was out fixing the same fence that the children went into the woods the night before? What do you mean, Ginger? Because they didn't go into the woods, so I'm not following you. Okay, Sandra. A dog attack would cause panic because it would prove negligent behavior and endangering a child. Okay, I get that. Well, I would hope so. Guys, even if it was an attack by a pit bull, my question is, how was that pit bull raised? And was there screaming going on? And if so, then why wasn't the pit bull kept away from the children, knowing that it could be triggered by Lily screaming? I'm just saying. So, yes, negligent behavior and endangering a child. Oh, I just had a vision of what you're saying here, Just Me, and I don't like it. Oh my goodness sakes. Oh my goodness sakes. Oh, I'd rather it was the drugs. Oh my gosh. That's a horrible. No, I'm not going to be able to get that out of my head. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Kitty litter in the cupboard. I agree. Everyone on that property is sus. Hello, Osprey. Welcome in. It's likely rugs because they could be charged big time. Yeah, I mean, they'll be going. Would manslaughter fit? I'm just saying. I don't know what that would be called. If you're pro before the truth unveiled and you're wrong, it would sink your platform. Best to stay both or neither. I don't really worry about that because I do say, in my opinion, and everyone that's been on here, Phoenix, knows that if I'm wrong about something, I don't have a problem saying I'm wrong about something. I am me. I am who I am. And everything is my opinion. I always say I could be wrong, right? But I do believe everyone is suspect in this case. Sebastian Rogers' case, I will say that Seth is innocent. And I think that Chris and Katie are suspect. Because Belinda is a granny, and grannies love their grandbabies. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Real grannies love their grandbabies. Hello, Jean Marie. Welcome in. We're happy to have you. I think that workers who work at a sawmill don't really need a rug test. And yeah, my husband worked at a sawmill. He didn't need a drug test either. There may be others speaking for the children behind the scenes that we don't know of. Could be. Yes, all we can do is ask questions, try to figure out, stick with the facts. Such a sad situation, those beautiful babies, and now so many babies and adults lost in Texas. Yeah, so sad what's going on in Texas, guys. It's horrible. Many young lives lost. It's sad. That would be scary for me. Really scary. I'm afraid of drowning. I almost drowned when I was a young teenager. And so I have a fear of water. Now, not like a pool, because a pool I can see, but lakes, anything like that, ocean. Dog breath has not proved his they are 100% alive theory. So until he does, well, he should probably be busy doing that. Yeah, I mean, he needs to. He needs to prove his theory. He needs to just be quiet and go prove his theory and stop attacking people in live chats. And for the creators out there that are letting him attack people in chat, they should be ashamed of themselves, in my opinion. Well, according to the search lead, they did go into the woods. Yeah. But yeah, she thinks they're still in the woods. She's volunteer, right? Has she ever taken any kind of law classes? I'm just curious. I mean, I haven't even taken any kind of law classes, and well, wait a minute though. He hasn't. Tell me now, guys. Darren has not claimed to see the kids alive, has he? He's just said he's been told that the kids are 1,000% alive. He's not claimed to see them. So let's not, unless I'm wrong, guys, tell me if I am. Yeah, that would have been really bad. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. No. Pit bulls, guys. There is such a, I don't know what I want to say. I don't know what the word for it is, but people look at pit bulls and because there's been so much talk about them, if they're raised to be mean, yes, they can be mean, and their jaws lock. But I have had friends who had pit bulls. I think Ginger said she had a pit bull who loving, the most loving dogs. I have a niece who has pit bulls, loving dogs. So, guys, you know, I don't do that. Don't please don't put that on the breed. There's so much out there saying the pit bulls are the worst dog. No, 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 no. And before you ask me, no, Lacey is not a pit bull. So that's not why I'm defending them. But I love fur babies, and no, unless they're trained to be mean or something triggers them, any dog can be triggered. It's a known fact. You shouldn't have dogs around little children, because little children can be hard on dogs. They squeeze them too hard, they'll get bit. I mean, Lily screaming, things, you have to teach your children as well as the dog. No, but Justin does, from what I'm hearing. We have a little Jack Russell Hound mix, and he's a nasty little piece of work when anyone comes into our yard, but he's an absolute sweet baby with us. And I had a Lhasa Apso that from the time that she was little, she was territorial, which those dogs are somewhat, but she kept getting worse and worse and worse. She loved to lay on my kid's bed. If I would go in there, she'd growl at me. And my husband worked second shift. I'd get up in the morning to get ready to go to work, and I'd go to the bathroom, come back in the bedroom to get dressed. And one day she jumped right off the bed, right at me, and bit my hand. Because I put my hand up, she bit my hand. I said, "That's it," We had to put her up when we had company over, because she would, bite at people's ankles and things like that. So, and we trained her well. She just, I don't know. She was just something else. So yes, I mean, dogs can also have that kind of temperament, I guess. My Staffy was not. He used to pick up kittens and let them play all over him. I think the owner is dangerous. I agree. It's all on how they're trained. Negligence causing death, in my opinion. That's kind of what we're saying. Possibility the children got into rugs or chemicals, something. No one would risk prison for one person. This had to be multiple people involved. Not you, but some early were very pro Daniel. I know. Honestly, I was, in the beginning, we looked at everybody, right? But I cannot say that I was ever really pro Daniel. But I think that everyone that was there has some sort of guilty knowledge of what happened to the children. But yet she takes off from her mom's and loses Meadow, so I'm not sure if they would panic if Ruggs were involved. She, from what I heard, again, this could be rumor. She went to the reservation to see her family and to talk to her lawyer, and she had Meadow with her. And it caused a big uproar because right away Daniel and because Darren stopped over and said, "Oh, caused this big uproar online." And she was notified of it and called CPS right away to let them know. So I don't know. There is two sides of a story, and we need to remember that, in my opinion. Let's see. I love my dog, but if her children like that, I'm sorry, my dog would be put down. I agree. That's like my Lhasa Apso. I loved her. Oh, she was so pretty. I just loved her. She could be really sweet. Nothing like having her sit on my lap and petting her. Her hair was so beautiful, her fur. But she started coming at me every day, and then the one day when she flew right off the bed, gnarling and bit my hand, it was like, okay, I'm sorry, you're done for. I can't. I you know I loved her. I sat and cried as I watched her die, but you know not going to let a dog bite me or anybody else in my family. I had two little children too, you know and there's an example of I had little babies to protect, right? Unlike the negligence that we've seen in this family. Early on, I did think the mom had relocated them, but 2 months later with all the frame talk, that makes zero sense. Yeah. That if that had been the case, they would have been found by now. 100% Luminous. The dog breed is irrelevant. Yes, she is a small, like a Yorkie kind of thing. I'd be embarrassed to go on air after saying that the kids were 1,000% alive, yet no one has shown proof of life. Here's what I'll say, Phoenix. People who talk like that and are so sure, they'll either do one of two things. They'll either go away and you'll never hear from them again, which would not be hard for Darren to do, right? He doesn't have a channel, so or he just won't care. Well, I thought I was right, so he just won't care. And that's right. We don't know what's going on in the custody battle. All the records in this case are sealed, guys. Darren said the kids are alive. Yeah. Do you believe him, Osprey? Because I don't. I don't believe anything he has said. Now, I'm not saying that the kids aren't alive. I don't know that. I sincerely hope they are, but I'm leaning toward I don't think they are. Yeah, I didn't think he'd seen the kids. Exactly. The RCMP has said no known sightings of the children. Um, has RCMP or CAS ever come out and said that they have Meadow? Because honestly, I'm not going to believe anything Daniel says, or Darren Durwood, Mr. Bewitched. I'm not going to believe either one of them. Guys, we can't have it both ways. We can't believe Darren about one thing or Daniel about one thing and then not believe him about everything else. It just doesn't work that way. I mean, either they're truthful or they're not. I agree with you, Osprey. And when I was growing up, it was German Shepherds who were bad. You don't hear that anymore. Thank you, Chemistry Queen. It was stigma. Yes, the stigma. They get a bad rap for sure. That makes me laugh, just me. That makes me laugh. I hope that I am wrong and those kids come back alive and I won't have any problem coming on here and saying, you know what, guys, I was wrong about Durwood. But seriously, if his story was correct, don't you think that RCMP would have found those kids by now? I mean, think about it. Yes, they're bad owners. Some of their bad owners use them as a status, not all of them. It is. It's the training. It's definitely the training. If they were in the woods, Daniel would not have said he was concerned about being framed, in my opinion, or that the mom took them and he felt stupid searching the woods. I don't know. Good point. That's another good point, Osprey. If the kids were neglected, their pets would be too. Your pity's very good with children. Yep. My niece that has 2 pit bulls has 2 children. Those children have grown up with those dogs. Yeah. Yep. And some dogs can just have different dispositions, especially depending on where you got them from, right? If they were a rescue, you don't know how they were treated before. So dogs don't forget. And if they have been through something in the past, something can trigger them down the road and they can get mean. I mean, you just don't know. Two small kids will tell it all what's going on at home. That's right, they will. No More Lies. Hello. Hello. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Teach people how to approach a dog. Yeah. In my opinion, they aren't alive with 0 sightings. Yeah. You know, somebody just needs to come clean. Dogs are very sensitive to the emotions of humans. Everyone's emotions were running very high that day, so that it could explain all of the barking. Yes, it could. I almost felt sorry for him in the beginning, but then he talked too much. Yes. And isn't that the way we all come into a case? We sit back, we look, and in the beginning we feel sorry for the parents, right? But I mean, just want to see here. Maybe I didn't keep that. No. When CPS did their visit and saw the kid's environment, they gave her a warning. Daniel cannot be with his own kids, so why is he allowed with Malaya's? Well, that's a good point. If he's not allowed to be with his own kids, he should not be around Malaya's. I agree. I agree 100%. Everyone there that morning knows. Everyone there on May 1st and May 2nd knows, my opinion. And why did Janie not go with her boyfriend like she was supposed to? I hope you're not saying what I think you're saying, Walla. The truth is the truth. Cut and dry. There's not 3 sides to the truth. There's only one truth. Wouldn't that be nice to know? But you know what? It's really not our business to know. That is confidential information. Ah, gotcha, Tammy. Criminal negligence causing death if rugs were ingested. What's the penalty for that? What's the sentence? The part that upset Daniel was she was seeking help from an attorney. He was nervous she would be telling what she knew. I hope she did. I hope she has. I hope she is. I hope she's talking behind the scenes. In my opinion, are they just trying to find the bodies? Maybe she didn't know where Daniel put them. I agree with you 100%, Lori. Kids need to be taught pets are not toys. And if you're not going to teach your children how to handle pets, then don't get a pet, my opinion. And I say that because I used to own a pet store. And kids would come in and they'd want all kinds of pets. They don't belong having them if they don't know how to take care of them. Even though Meadow is half Daniel's, he already has an order. Yeah, that's kind of scary, guys. That's kind of scary. There is something we don't know about Super Daniel. I thought so, but I'm beginning to doubt that Derwin is being manipulated. And the reason that I say that is because of how rude and condescending and mean he's getting in live chats and allowed to get away with it. Yeah, almost from the get-go, he was trying to put out bad stuff about Malaya right from the beginning. Hi, Durwood. Please do not call any of us in chat idiots. We have the right to not believe you. You scared me for a second. I thought you meant he was here. There in the water. Why was Daniel soaking wet? Was he soaking wet when he came back? Did he fall in or get caught in the tide? Yeah, I got bit by a German Shepherd once when I was little. That didn't stop me from liking dogs. I'm sure that they have looked into him because he has called them. So yeah, Danielle, you can be sure they know everything about him now. He put himself on their radar when he called them with his theories. He lives down the road from them. I don't know. I didn't hear that. I mean, I know they're not together, but I didn't know he lived down the road from them. Was Janie a pet hoarder? I don't know. Doggy PTSD. I don't have doggy PTSD. I've been bit by 2 now. It doesn't stop me from loving dogs. It, yeah, doesn't stop me. It would have been leaked by now if they were alive, unless the children are kept inside every day. The RCMP surely would not be complicit to that. After telling us all, they walked off. Yeah. The Globe and the Mail made it sound like Janie lived in a rundown trailer full of cats. Well, the rundown trailer seems to be true from pictures we've seen. Whether she's got many cats, I don't know. No, his ex has not spoken out as far as I know. The only remote hope is I hope Malaya's dad took them into the deep woods. He's a tracker. Then I heard he is estranged from her. Also, the elders wouldn't let it happen. I don't know. No, he's not allowed to see his other kids. And they live in Halifax anyway now. They moved to Halifax, but he's not allowed to see his other kids from what we've been told. Hello, Em. I realize you're at the beginning, so you'll have to listen because we did figure it out. Yeah, why did she cancel her date to fill in potholes? Okay, so here again, guys, Daniel and Darren are the ones that have said that he got to see Meadow, and then he put that picture up. But it doesn't, when he put that picture up on his Facebook, it doesn't say, I got to see Meadow today. It's just a picture of him holding Meadow. That's it. So we really don't know for sure whether he got to see her or not. Yeah, especially regarding the RCMP. Yes, he certainly did. I know we all have our theories, but no one on any of these videos or anywhere in Facebook, anywhere, has anyone mentioned the one I have. What do you have? No More Lies. I don't know what you're saying. Exactly, Phoenix. There's a lot we don't know. There's a lot we don't know. And yeah, No More Lies. If you want to tell us your theory, go ahead. We're interested in hearing theories, you know. We'll just tell you if there are facts involved with it or if it's a possibility. If he saw her, we don't know that. Hello, none your business. I'm sure Durward is here. Well, welcome in, Durward, if you're here. If you are here, you need to be nice or you'll be removed. We don't allow rudeness in our chat. Hello, Ariel. Welcome in. We're happy to have you. Yeah, maybe the cops are looking for bodies and they'll nail whoever, right? I'm not going to point my finger at one person because I think there are quite a few. I don't think even he would risk the tides. Gotcha. But Super D is an avid fisherman. I don't know about expert, but he's avid, right? Property really close. Okay. Guys, we don't know if his dad has been, if if they search that property. We don't know. Well, one thing I really do believe is RCMP are putting together their case. They're dotting their I's, they're crossing their T's, they're making sure that if it's a criminal case, they're going to be able to get a conviction. And with that, they will want to know where Jack and Lily are, dead or alive. Ginger. Oh my gosh. I don't want to share my theory with a bunch of people, but I've been curious to run it by someone, that's for sure. You know, you are safe here. We don't do the drama here. We don't do the hate. So if you want to share, feel free. I can't see the children being inside of a home. So these people not have visitors. And if so, they're just as bad for hoarding these kids in a criminal investigation. I agree with you. I just don't think they're being held anywhere. Yes. Why is Janie not getting access to her grandchildren? Right? She put that statement out herself. Luminous says he's not Daniel. Is there drone footage of the property? Yes, there is. Let me show you. I got to bring it up here real quickly. Yes, there is drone footage of the property. We have shown it before. Or do you mean of Daniel's dad's property? Okay. So this is, if I can get it to come up. This is drone footage of the property. I've heard that it's been somewhat cleaned up since they took these pictures, so. And Janie had said she was taking from back here to fill in those potholes, guys. This is the fence that Daniel was fixing. The quiet door right there. You've been following every day and watching the relationship dynamics. Yeah. I haven't said my ultimate theory. I'm waiting for one specific move to come. But I do not want to accuse or make up stories. I can't wait till we all know the truth. I agree with you, no more lies, right? And I mean, that's the thing. We're not trying to accuse anyone, right? We just want the truth. We're looking at all possibilities. Um, I don't believe that Daniel or Malaya are red rummers. Our statement analysis that we've listened to have kind of backed that up. So I don't believe that they are, right? Having said that, I do believe they both have guilty knowledge of what happened to these children. And I wish they would just come clean. And one of these characters is going to do something very specific coming next. I'm sure there's a few of us waiting for that. I chime in when I do know something. In my opinion, they are all lying, not out of character for either family. Gotcha. That's sad. That's sad, Luminous, what you just said there. It's not out of character for either family. And we're actually seeing that, aren't we? And the RCMP have hinted that more than one person is a person of interest. Yes. Crime Science, hello, hello. Welcome in. Oh, yeah. We don't want anyone to walk on a technicality, ever. I've seen women snap who they have kids with someone, then has kids with someone else who gives more attention to the new family. Who is Daniel's ex? Oh. Oh. Well, his ex has moved to Halifax. So I don't know. And Daniel's not allowed to see his kids from her, with her. But that's an interesting theory, no more lies. We've not heard from her at all. Yeah, I'm reading through your lines. I am. Or male exes. Well, from what Belinda said, they have cleared Cody. But the penalty is 4 years minimum to life in prison. 4 years minimum doesn't sound like enough, does it, Tammy? In my opinion, life sounds better. For that, criminal negligence leading to death. I suppose it depends on the circumstances of the case, right? In this case, I think life in prison is a... I've seen pictures of her, but Osprey, but I don't know who she is. And you know what? I'm not going to go there, honestly. Because right now, if RCMP comes out and says something, that's different, right? But we don't know that she's involved. So she was not there as far as we know. So I'm just not going to go there. Let's see if there are potholes and new fences. Well, there's new fence. I showed you that. Let me go back. I don't know if we can get up closer look at the driveway. Is this a pothole that was fixed? I can't tell. You won't let me open it up bigger. It's hard to tell. I'd have to save each one and then be able to blow them up. The movie of the blanket and the trash that Daniel made. I know. Yes, she's got 2 children with him. Yes, a girl and a boy. And who does his ex know? I don't know. Just to clarify, I'm not sure what live chats he was rude on. Well, I know of one, but I'm not going to say. Yes. And guys, don't forget to put IMO. Most of you do, but I want to remind you to please put IMO if you're giving an opinion or a speculation. I don't know. Just saying, everyone involved in the disappearance of the children probably watching this live right now, learning how they should speak and act. And that's been known to happen. But if they want to learn how to speak and act, they probably should go to, Mike DeMann or Deception Detective. Because, we're not telling them how to speak or act. I'd love nothing more if they just shut up and go talk to the police and tell them what they know. That's my opinion. Well, the kids didn't outdo the searchers. The police believe they weren't abductive, so what's left? And we know they didn't walk off the property. I tend to agree with that, but one is feeling more guilty than the rest, in your opinion. Just based on Daniel's behaviors and changing statements, I do believe there's something very sus about him. And we found out today that Haley's statement has changed, right? Bonnie, welcome in. Welcome, welcome. We're happy to have you as a member. Let me...
Granny's got a plan with a twist and a flair. Crime solving secrets in a rocking chair. A family bound tight with capes and a clue. Now you're one of us, we believe in you. Welcome to the team, the squad, the crew. Chasing down chaos like we always do. Grab a magnifying glass, put your game face on. With Granny's Crime Busters, the thrill's never gone.
Welcome to the crew, Bonnie. We appreciate you. Yeah, I know I'm behind. It's getting harder and harder every day. This is the most common true crime channel out there. Thank you, Granny, for your hard work. I try, Bonnie, and welcome in. He acts like a star, but he is famous. Yeah. No, RCMP, I mean, they've come out, they've given us updates, guys. They've told us a lot more than Sumner County has done in Sebastian's case. I say that every day. But seriously, I mean, you know, they're not going to give us what they have. And I don't want them to, because I want them to be able to get a conviction when everything comes out. Hello, BBB. Welcome in. I just don't think so. We can agree to disagree, but I just find that hard to believe. I think that they would have found him if they were. But, I mean, you could be right. What am I inferring about the fence and the posts? Nothing other than I asked, is that where Daniel was working on the first? They said he was working on the fence, and that looked like new project, right? So I'm not inferring anything about the fence and the posts at all. There's a bit of delay, yeah. And we comment quick while she gives long answers. That's true. That's true. If the kids were not taken home the day before, then it's a planned abduction by Daniel and Malaya for money, or something happened at home. It could be. Could be. Can you imagine being the mom, both of you know, and he's out there saying she will know what that means? Know what that means, Double D. Yeah, I don't know. Daniel's ex, thank God I got out, right? And, probably thank God I moved to Halifax and got these kids away from him, right? It's happened. I've seen these guys do stuff right after the podcast. All of a sudden, now Daniel says he's stupid for thinking they are in the woods. Yeah. I have a question for Daniel. In one of his interviews, he claims he heard the door open and close. Daniel, my friend, why didn't you get your butt out of bed and watch the children? Good question. What about Malaya? If they heard the kids, why didn't they get their butt out of bed? I don't know. I don't know if he does or not. He was fine with the woods theory. He couldn't believe they hadn't found the backpack yet. Yeah. It's really sick to not come clean and give dignity to these poor children's souls. 4 and 6. I agree. I agree. Bonnie. That's funny. We're just happy to have you here. That's all. The fact that Daniel cannot see his other kids speaks volumes. It does say something, doesn't it? It says a lot. Much love and prayers for Lily and Jack. Amen. Yes. Have they ever figured out Lily and Jack's favorite colors, guys? I think, did they say Lily's was pink? What was Jack's? Me too, Lori. Oh, there better not be. I think that's a bunch of bull, honestly, Phoenix, because it's too early for Netflix to think about doing a show. I hope you're up for some members trivia time. I suck at it. So do I. Hi, Trees. The music had your toe tapping. I like the part about Granny solving crimes from a rocking chair. Oh, you gotta love AI. Hello, Crystal. Good to see you. Jerwin, Belinda, Daniel, and even the mom were not so sure about the woods. Yet that was the first story. Well, that's because Malaya said the kids went into the woods, right? She's the one that said that. So those potholes would be hazardous to the children. That could be a recommendation. Yeah, but it was done the night before the kids were gone. I mean, unless CPS mentioned it. Because remember, CPS was there before those kids ever went missing. He said he really wasn't around on the first day, very suspicious. Yeah. Well, somebody said, I don't know if it's all true, but he had gone for 3 hours when he went in the car and allegedly was looking around on the gravel roads and the culverts. You number 37. Yes, everybody, please hit the like button. It does help the channel. Because they didn't, they were gone before the sun rose. Yep, that's a real possibility. They are all lying. I agree with you. I think nobody is telling the truth except Belinda. She's the only one I think that's telling the truth about anything. What is he worried about being framed for? I will cancel Netflix if they do. I thought about that too, canceling Netflix if they do. Blueprint planted, blanket planted. I don't believe them. They know. I agree. I agree. Oh, I know. You're not as cool as you think you are. I'm surprised the mom didn't have outrage and ban him from visiting Meadow. He's holding something over her. I think he is too. I think that's why he's going after her. But I don't know what it is. I hope the not Rugs girl talks again. You want her to talk again. Really? I don't. The more they talk, the worse it gets, guys. The more garbage comes out, the more the circus continues. I don't know if they took casts of the blueprints or not. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I do not know. Oh my gosh. A Pokemon game. Oh my goodness. Um so do our grannyism for today. Truth is stranger than fiction, but it is because fiction is obliged to stick to possibilities. Truth isn't. Well, think about that for a minute. Fiction sticks to possibilities. Truth doesn't stick to possibilities. Truth is the truth. And regardless of what anybody says, it's not your truth, my truth. There is one truth. The truth is the truth. Okay. That was a serious question. And I said, I don't know. He's lost his control over Malay and he's scared she talks. Daniel on the beach, no thank you. They need to tell the truth. Stop lying. It's about Jack and Lily. I agree. I agree 100%. Oh, Walla, thank you so much. I appreciate you. So sweet. Never expected, but it's always appreciated.
Granny wants to thank you all for kindness in the chat. Super stickers, bright and grand, gifts of love we understand.
Memberships you gifted here spread the joy and banish fear. Every super thanks you send warms her heart and ends the end.
Granny cheers with love so true for each special thing you do. Thank you from her heart. You all play a major part.
Thank you. Thank you. Whoever received the Crime Busters membership from Walla, tell them thank you. Daniel talked about the waterfall on Long Lake Beach. She said she would know what he was talking about. Brook Falls, Brooks Murray. Could be. Could be. Exactly. Truth doesn't need a witness or a lie detector. I know, right? No tears. Well, they stopped doing the fake, Daniel stopped doing the fake tears because people realized what he was doing. What gets me is that short period of time. How did he run through the woods, run through water, up to way? He's super Daniel. That one comment could be his undoing. Yeah. Could be. Could be, right? It would be interesting if it was the same boot print, same boot. Yeah. they would need somebody that could actually act to play him. Yeah, it would be a challenge, wouldn't it, Phoenix? Oh. Was it a vehicle or an ATV? You love the jingles. Thank you, Walla. I love AI. I love making jingles with AI. So what do you guys think about what Tosima said? I want to know. What do you guys think? Yeah, outran the helicopters, right? I mean, maybe Haley wasn't so far off as far as saying he was running around like a chicken with his head cut off. Right? What do you guys think? I'm all caught up now, by the way. So, what do you guys think? Could the answer to where the kids are be in a Pokemon game? My question. Yeah, then she attempts to retract it, which was very weird. Yeah. The question is for those that are familiar with the game. I'm thinking the Ramsey case and all those movies and books I read were part of it. I don't know the game either. Here's my question. Most of us don't know about the Pokemon game. Possibly he thinks he's seriously smarter than everyone else and that he's starring in some movie. Not the reality. The two children are missing. That's what I was going to say, Trees. I'm not familiar with the game, but Daniel isn't very smart, so doubt it. I don't think he's smart enough to even think of that. Honestly. Maybe we're not giving him enough credit. I don't know. I'd say if he's so versed in policy, he's versed in forensics. Oh my gosh. Yep. Well, I don't know. Daniel and his crocodile tears. Yes. Yes. No. I have to really watch what music I make because it could be copyrighted and I can't do that. He uses some good Webster verbiage. All right, guys. Well, that's all I've got for today. Thank you so much for being here. We're on 2 hours again. Please hit the like button on your way out. I really appreciate that. That's all I ever ask from you. It's free. And I hope you guys have a great night. We will see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching another episode of Granny's Crime Busters. We really appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to subscribe and like and even share the content. You can follow us on any of our other social media platforms at YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. We really appreciate you guys, and you can also email us at granniescrimebusters@gmail.com. Thank you so much, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.